Take all of your wasted honor, every little past frustration. Take all of your so-called problems, better put them in quotations. Say what you need to say, 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 oh, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, say what you need to say. Walking like a one-man army, fighting with the shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'd be better off instead. If you could only say what you need to say, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, oh, say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to say. Have no fear for giving in, have no fear for giving over. You better know that in the end it's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say again. Even if your hands are shaking and your faith is broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with a heart wide open. Yeah, yeah. Say what you need to say, 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 say what you need to, say what you need to, say what you need to say, oh, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, oh, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, oh, say what you need to say, say what you need to say, oh, say what you need to say.
Sunday morning, here in Leslieville, we will share the CSL news. The announcement lady will.
Good morning to everybody online. Good morning. We have some very special guests here today at the Center for Toronto Living. Yeah, surprise! You didn't come to the Center for Spiritual Living. You came to the Center for Toronto Living. Let me try that again. We have special guests here with us today at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. We have Andrea Menard and Robert Walsh. So they will be our fabulous musical guests today. Robert flew overnight from Edmonton. That's how committed he is. And Andrea, you got in when from BC? Friday, so you're a little more rested. Excellent. They're fab. Sorry, go ahead. But allergic, yes, she landed in Toronto and our allergy season went, hello. They're fantastic, fantastic. So we're very, very glad to have you. And tons of CDs for sale out front. So please go after and, well, good thing you brought lots. That's all I have to say. Happy Father's Day. Yay! It's a lovely day, Father's Day. Oh, and it's Marge's birthday. She's 21. Again. There will be no class this week for the 4 agreements. Resuming next week? On the 25th, there will be the class. It says, no class this week. We have no class this week. I'll let that sink in. They'll catch up, yeah. Pride is coming up, and we need some volunteers. Tony in the booth. Tony!
The ultimate selfie.
Yes. Tony is the man to talk to about signing up for helping. We have a booth at Pride. We are looking sort of for 2-hour shifts for people to, so it's fun, it's crazy, it's a party, and it's a great way to spend a couple of hours on Pride weekend. So and it's World Pride too, yeah. So it's not just Toronto Pride, World Pride. Huge, fabulous. So talk to Tony if you can spare a couple of hours Saturday and or Sunday. And I would like to call up to the stage the lovely and talented Helen Velo, who's also just back from Ancaster. Yes.
I was on a big trip to Ancaster. And it feels great to be back. I love being here. So, I would like to talk to you about the 2015 Canadian New Thought Conference. That's next year. Yes, yes. It is going to be absolutely incredible. It is going to be 4 days packed with incredible speakers, amazing, amazing musicians. We have a Today service planned, which will just raise and elevate your vibrational level to a whole new place. The speakers are going to be out of this world. As you know, we have Joan Borisenko, Rick Tamlin, Reverend James Mellon, and some other fabulous speakers that we just have to sign the contract, and then we can announce who they are. And we need your help. We need your help in spreading the word, because this needs to go beyond these walls. This needs to get out into Greater Toronto. It needs to get out into all of Ontario. It needs to spread across Canada. We already have people from Calgary who have bought tickets. Yes, yes. So please, Facebook, if you're on Facebook, all kinds of notices on Facebook. What you need to do to spread the word on Facebook, if you don't know, is you not only like it, share it on your page. Tweet. If you're on Twitter, tweet it, retweet it, please. Get the word out there. What else are we on here? CSL Toronto, pinned to the top of the page. Yes, like. Also, say if you're attending or not. Get people excited about this. And please, get your tickets. Get your tickets now, because they are on special. They're $400. They're going up to $550 at the end of October. So get your early bird special. It's well worth it. And also, what was I going to say? If you'd like to make a donation to support us in putting this conference on, you can do that as well. So please go on to the website, go on to Facebook, tweet us, and really spread the word. Let's get this, because we want at least 900 to 1,000 attendees for this conference. So we need your help in doing that. You in? Yes? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're online, please, spread the word online as well, and we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it for announcements. Woohoo! So if everybody will... The birthday girl's being very disruptive today. She's been in Vegas all week. Did you have fun? Oh, she's being very quiet now when I ask her that question. Yes. Not here, not now. We'll talk later. Everybody stay for coffee after and we'll hear Marja's stories about Vegas. Yes. All right, let's put our hands together for... Good luck with this crowd today. Yes. Yeah. All right, I am going to turn the microphone over to my wonderful, fabulous friend, our spiritual leader, someone who encourages us every week to stand in our pure potentiality. And we must have texted each other this morning to say, "What are you wearing?" Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Thank you so much. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Yes. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. I'm so grateful to have you here, and I'm so grateful that you've joined us here, bringing your consciousness to this experience of life this morning. And today is a celebration. It certainly is a celebration. I do want to say about the conference, one of the things, you can buy your registrations here in the bookstore. So if you'd like to do that today, you can do that. They'll take care of you in the bookstore, and we're happy to be able to offer that. But you can buy them online as well. So, yes. So excited, I can't even tell you. I'm like vibrating with excitement today. So we have a beautiful, beautiful day lined up for you. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest musician. We're actually going to launch today with you. If you'd like to come on up and get yourselves ready while I introduce who you are. So one of the things that happens in the center is I get emails all the time from musicians saying, "I would love to play at your center," and I will go and I will listen to their music, and I think, "Oh, that's lovely." And maybe at some point, and then I will often say, "Well, then you're gonna have to talk to Pierre." And then I let Pierre do my dirty work if I don't really want them, which is not to say that I wouldn't want anyone. Well, what I'm trying to say is, not everybody motivates me to want them to be here the way this woman did. When she made her inquiry and I listened to her, she sent me stuff online and I was like, "Yes, absolutely, we must invite you to be here with us." And she said June 15th was the date, and so we said it's a done deal. So please welcome Andrea Menard and her partner Robert Walsh.
Wow, that was nice. Bless your heart. You inspired me. I came a month ago, and I'm here again. So here's a song about listening to that call inside you. He's good at bringing that out. Answer the call.
Nope. Beautiful balance.
That was excellent setup.
It's the other song.
This is a song about finding balance in your life, Andrea.
Oh, see? It's so perfect. Okay, this is about
I'm
being
the one that
human.
didn't sleep.
All right, this is a song about being human. It never fails. Beautiful balance. Bless your heart. A beautiful balance. Everything I am, everything I was, everything I want to be. A beautiful balance makes a beautiful world. Beautiful balance is key. From the moment I wake, there's choices to make. I don't want to step out my door. If I sit still, I know that I will get the answers that I'm looking for. The doing can really undo me. I work at not working so hard. Beautiful balance of everything I am, everything I was, everything I want to be. A beautiful balance makes a beautiful world. Beautiful balance is key. I've been known to make some stupid mistakes. Lord, how I made myself pay. I don't have to act the way I did in the past. I can rewrite my story each day. I'm guilty of being guilty. I'm gonna beat this beating myself up and down. A beautiful balance of everything I am, everything I was, and everything I wanna be. A beautiful balance makes a beautiful world. Beautiful balance is key.
Caught between doing and being,
The pendulum
torn
swings.
between wanting and needing,
The pendulum swings.
caught between doing and feeling.
Pendulum swings.
Swings,
Swings. Swings. Beautiful balance of everything I am, everything I was, everything I wanna be. Beautiful balance is key. Beautiful balance, a beautiful balance for a beautiful world. Beautiful balance is key.
So basically, what I was trying to say before is I have very high expectations for the musicians that I bring in here, and they certainly meet those high expectations. Thank you so much. There's plenty more where that came from, too. But what a great way to start off, recognizing that we are in a beautifully balanced experience of life, and that no matter what the circumstances are in our lives, whatever seems to be happening out there in the world of form, if we step back into that understanding of the truth of who we are, which is pure divine spirit expressing at the level of us, then everything is balanced, everything is flowing with ease and with grace. And here to take us down that road of understanding a little bit more deeply is one of our practitioner interns. Yes, practitioner interns are there are 9 of you. In my graduating class of ministerial, there are 9 of us who all became ministers at the same time at the NoHo Arts Center for New Thought, and we call ourselves the Divine Nine.
Yeah.
And I think that you are certainly, you certainly can call yourselves the Divine Nine. I'll leave that up to you. But here, one of the Divine Nine, in my eyes, welcome to the lectern, Cheryl Pochak.
Or maybe Diviner 9. Good morning, everybody, and happy Father's Day again to all the fathers in the room. Today we're continuing on our series from the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success from Deepak Chopra. And today we're doing chapter 5, which is the law of intention and desire. And Deepak starts off the chapter with this. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention and desire in the field of pure potentiality have infinite organizing power. And when we introduce an intention in the fertile ground of pure potentiality, we put this infinite organizing power to work for us. So Jonathan often says to us, treat and move your feet. Treat and move your feet. To me, what Deepak's sharing with us here in this passage is intention and desire in action. He's speaking about treating and moving your feet. So Deepak also shares in this passage, in this chapter, he talks about the meaning and the purpose of intention, attention, and desire. And he shares that intention is the future outcome of what we all want to experience. And that attention is the present awareness that we put on that which we wish to experience. And desire is about how deeply we feel, how deeply we want it, how deeply we can see it. And everything we learn and study and say in Science of Mind really supports this intention and desire philosophy. So I had a wee bit of a challenge coming up with one short quote to share with everybody this morning, because pretty much everything in Science of Mind supports intention and desire. But I finally decided on this one, and it comes from chapter 8, which is the law of attraction. And it says, "The limits of our ability to demonstrate depends upon our ability to provide a mental equivalent of our desires. For the law of correspondence works from the belief of that thing. It is done unto you as you believe." So in looking at Science of Mind, and specifically in treatment, what we're doing in treatment is we are clearly stating what it is we desire to experience. We're setting our intentions. And our treatment is the attention. It's the present action that we do to create and deepen our feelings, our desires towards that thing we want to experience. And by doing this process of intention and desire, we are sharing it with the law of mind. And we know that our spoken word is done. We know that the law knows only to fulfill our requests equal to the intensity that we give it. So the stronger our intention, the stronger our desire, the stronger our experience. There's an ancient Vedic Sanskrit saying that translates into English as intention, attention, no tension. And I fell in love with that the minute I heard it. It's so simple and it's so powerful. And during the last few years, especially this last year of studying practitioners training school, I've really resonated with this saying more and more, and really been able to embody it and understand its meaning, and really see how it's really what we talk about in Science of Mind as the law of cause and effect. It's so simple and so powerful. Intention, attention, no tension. I love it. So what does it mean? Intention. Again, we're simply setting our intention. We conjure up a powerful, clear mental equivalent of that image, that thing that we wish to experience. We do that in our mind. And we put attention on it. So that can be our treatment, affirmation, visualizations, meditations, all the tools, all the things we learn and practice in Science of Mind. And then no tension. In Science of Mind, we release, we let go, we step out of the way, and we let the law do its thing. We detach from how it's going to show up, trusting and knowing that it is done. It is our level of belief, our deeply felt desire to experience with conviction, with faith, in trusting and knowing that the law of cause and effect, through our intentions and desires, we create our experience. And in reflection of my own experiences, I always see the connection between my level of conviction, my level of belief, my level of clarity, and it's always and exactly equal to what shows up in my experience. It's always to the degree that I believe. It's always to the degree of my intention. It's always to the degree of my attention. And it's always to the degree of my desire. And how about for all of you? I invite you to have a look at that this week, to look at the impact, the results, what's showing up in your life for you. And is it equal to your level of intention and desire? So intention, attention, no tension. I decided to make that also our affirmation for today because it's so simple and so powerful. So I'll say it one more time, and then I'm going to ask you to say it with me. So our affirmation for today is intention, attention, no tension. And I'll ask you to say it with me. Intention, attention, no tension. And again. Intention, attention, no tension. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you now, too, to just let those words kind of wash in, settle in, take up some nice space within you. Intention, attention, no tension. Let's breathe that in. And close your eyes if it's comfortable. Because in this place, right here and now, I know that there is only one thing going on here, and that is God. That God is all there is. That I am that. We are that. All this is that. And that is all there is. There is only God uniquely expressing. And we step into our truth by stepping into our intention and our desire, by obeying the laws of cause and effect. We act from intention, attention, no tension. And we create our life in this moment. And we are magnificent. And we live magnificent lives. And grateful for these knowings, these teachings, these laws, these words of wisdom. Grateful to experience this community, this love. I release these words to the law, the corresponding law that knows to only do what we put into it. I release with gratitude, knowing that we are magnificent. We are magnificently creating extraordinary lives. And with my grateful heart, I do release it to the law, knowing it is so. And I invite you to say with me, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Intention, attention, no tension. I love that. I really do love that. Also, it was a great, your song was a great lead-in to that too, with the understanding that everything is in balance, no matter what. And that one of the things that Cheryl touched on that I think is important to all of us, for all of us to be reminded of, is that everything that unfolds in our experience unfolds exactly at the level of our conscious backing of it, in perfect balance. And so if you want more, be more conscious. See how that works? Because everything is always at the level of your conscious awareness of it. If you want more happiness, be more consciously happy. That is using our intention to set the course of our lives. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to invite you back up because we can't have enough. This time it is answer the call. Yes. So again, there are no words. Please welcome back Andrea Menard.
To be more happy, be more consciously happy. Duh. Brilliant. Simple. Answer the call.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
There's a message on the airwaves
What's it trying to break through?
That we are all connected, baby, but your part is up to you. I said your part is up to you. Answer the call.
Answer the call.
Make a connection with the rest of us all. Answer the call.
Answer the call.
When you're ready, answer the call. Love is coming from the sunshine and bouncing off the sea.
Bouncing off the sea.
It's hitting every tower, and those towers are you and me. Yes, those broadcast towers are you and me. Answer the call. Make a connection. Answer the call when you're ready. All right.
Answer the call.
Make a connection with the rest of us all. Answer the call when you're ready.
When you're ready.
Say when you're ready.
You're ready.
Answer the call.
All right.
Thanks, gang.
Andrea Menard, Robert Walsh, Queen Street Band. So I'm going to make another little plug. Remember, her CDs are on sale after the service. I'm saying it's an exquisite CD. I'm grateful to have a copy myself, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you. It's a big old love fest. Nothing wrong with that. So, are you ready to answer the call? Are you ready to answer the call? All righty. I love it. Are you ready to answer the call? Well, yeah, okay.
Our phones are turned off.
If Well, if you listened to the lyrics of the song, it has nothing to do with the phone. That's okay. That's okay. What does it take to answer the call? What does it take to answer the call? To listen to it. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. One of the lyrics that I really love in your song is this lyric. Love is coming from the sunshine and bouncing off the sea. It's hitting every tower, and then I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Those broadcast towers are you and me. That's the important key. Those broadcast towers are you and me. If you are ready to answer the call, be a broadcast tower for love, which is everywhere, which is the truth of our experience. That is the truth of who we are at the core level. The only reason we ever get into trouble is because we forget that. It's pure and simple. You know, I also love, it's just going to be you and me today. I'm just seeing if Tony's going to actually follow me over here. Hey. One of the things that I love was your commenting on how simple this is. We make this philosophy so complicated. We make it so complicated. And the truth is, it is so simple. At the core of this philosophy is one idea, and that is love is all there is. That's it. And so when we approach life with love and through love, life is great. So are you ready to step into a life that is more filled with love? Yes. Then be consciously, actively participating in love. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. We get into our mind, we get mired in these ideas of like, I've got to protect it, I've got to make this happen, and I know that my mind, and when I set my mind, and it's got to, this is going to, and we get all our, stop. And relax into love. Relax into love. This is the 5th week of the 7-week series that is focused on the work of Deepak Chopra in his book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And this week we are talking about the law of intention and desire. And I'm actually glad that it fell on this particular day, Father's Day, because if necessity is the mother of invention, perhaps we can say that intention is the father of creation. Intention is the father of creation. And that intention, grounded and founded in love, is what allows our lives to unfold in extraordinary ways, which is all I want. It is all I want. It is all I require. And I will tell you, I require everyone in this center who is watching online, I require everyone who is touched by this message to know one thing: you are extraordinary. You are extraordinary. Our vision statement, creating extraordinary lives, is kind of an erroneous idea. You are already extraordinary. You don't have to create anything. All you have to do is give over to living the extraordinary life. So we're probably going to change our vision statement soon. Something's got to shift. Something's got to change. Love is the creative force of the universe, and we either work with it or we fight it. Which side of that equation are you going to be on today? Which side of that equation are you going to be on today? Are you going to work with love or are you going to fight it? Now, I'm sure everybody in here is going, oh, I wouldn't fight with love. No, I'm accepting love into my experience. And you know what? That's great. Except look at the point of your life. Where in your life is it unfolding in a way that is not feeling so good? Because in that capacity, you likely are fighting love, the creative force of the universe. And when you fight the creative force of the entire universe is actually against you. That was a pretty big statement. The entire universe is against you when you are fighting love. I'll let that settle in. I love Deepak Chopra. I love this man. I mean, talk about a living mystic. What he brings to this world in a very profound way is so motivating for me personally. And one of the, let me think. When I first got here in 2012, this and spiritual economics were the first 2 classes I taught. Is that right? No, it was the power of decision. This was the 3rd class I taught. I taught spiritual economics and the power of decision simultaneously, and when those were over, this was the next class I taught. He is brilliant, and I love hearing him speak, too. I love hearing him speak. So one of the things he writes in the book, and I'm going to do my very best Chopra, at the level of the quantum field, there is nothing other than energy and information. I want you to hear that. At the level of the quantum field, there is nothing other than energy and information. We are each of us expressions of energetic information. That's the only reason we exist. It's because on some level there was some intelligence that said, Helen is an individualized expression of this greater universal idea that expresses at her level of energy and information. There is all the intelligence of the universe at her command, right here, sitting in this experience, in this embodiment of it. And it's the truth for every single one of us. We have another way of describing this quantum field. Love. That's the quantum field, love. And I'm going to borrow from Lena, who understands love as lots of vibrant energy. I'm grateful to you and Mental Muscle, 2 years ago, bringing that to me, because I have used that ever since. Love is lots of vibrant energy. That is the quantum field, and that is the point from which all creation is unfolding. All creation. All of it. We have an awareness of this field of energy. It is an innate sense. We have an innate sense of our connection to it. If you go into those quiet moments, that's why I love meditation. And your meditation today was brilliant. If you do not show up for meditation, I'm going to encourage you to be here at 10:30. I'm making another pitch, because for me, meditation is an important part of my spiritual practice, and I love coming and hearing the different modes of meditation that are offered by the practitioners in this center and the practitioner interns, and it was brilliant, gorgeous. We have an awareness of this field of energy and an innate sense of our connection to it. That's what we can experience in meditation, the connection to lots of vibrant energy. And I believe, this is my personal belief, because I've actually expanded upon what I believe science of mind specifically teaches. I believe this is what sets humanity apart from other kingdoms of experience and living. So I'm going to talk very quickly about a gentleman named Thomas Troward. If I say the name Thomas Troward, who here knows who Thomas Troward is? I will encourage you all to come to class. Those of you who did not raise your hands. Thomas Troward was one of the major influences on Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of our philosophy. Troward basically taught the law, which is funny because he was a judge. Get it? He had a very regimented idea of how the universe worked that was very orderly, just as a lawyer and a judge might look at the world. And he understood it from that spiritual standpoint. And what he understood and what he taught, one of the things he taught, is that the universe can be divided up into 5 kingdoms of livingness. The first is this thing we call the mineral kingdom. And when I talk about the wall, this could be considered part of the mineral kingdom. Now, what separates the kingdoms of livingness is an awareness. It is a degree of livingness. So this is at what we might consider the lowest level of livingness. But the wall is alive. Because at the fundamental level, that is part of the quantum field of energy and information that is simply expressing itself as a wall. What we consider to be alive in terms of organic life, right? The quantum field goes well beyond that, because everything is alive, everything is vibrating, everything is energy. So that's number 1, the mineral. Then he talks about the plant kingdom. Now, you can take this as you will. He talks about the plant kingdom, which has a higher level of awareness, a higher level of livingness than the mineral kingdom. I'm looking for plants. We need plants in here. We do need plants in here. Of course, we need light to have plants in here, so yes, it is coming. It is coming. It is here. The next step in the evolution of livingness would be the animal kingdom. That has a higher degree, yes. Trust me, I did say plant. I just talked about how there are no plants in here. Can we get her a cup of coffee? That's true. Wait, you were an Ancaster. She's not jet lagged. All right, so we've got the mineral kingdom, we've got the plant kingdom, we now have the animal kingdom, a higher degree of livingness. And beyond that is the human kingdom, a higher degree of livingness and awareness. And the 5th in Troward's five kingdoms is the divine kingdom. The divine kingdom, which would then be the next step of evolution beyond the human experience. Now, this is where I depart from the traditional understanding of this. And I do depart from Troward in this, because what we typically teach in this philosophy is that the human kingdom, what sets it apart from the animal kingdom, is self-awareness. That is the degree of consciousness, that is the degree of livingness that sets it apart from the animal kingdom. And yet, I believe the animal kingdom is self-aware. Trust me, I have 3 cats. They are self-aware. They are self-aware. I believe what sets the human kingdom apart from the animal kingdom is the awareness of something beyond the self. That's really what sets us apart. That we are tapped into an intuitive universal mind, and we understand that it exists beyond our narrow recognition of our own mind, our own use of this mind. So I believe that it is beyond self-awareness that allows us to say that we are an evolved expression of this divine energy. And who knows what the next thing is, what the divine kingdom is. Well, here's the thing. If we did not have something beyond self-awareness, then we wouldn't know that 5th kingdom even exists. Think about it. The divine kingdom, which is the next step in the evolution of an idea of which we are all a part. All aspects of the kingdoms, these 5 kingdoms, it's such a horrible way of putting it too, but he was trying to use scientific language too, right? So we're calling them kingdoms. They could be queendoms, I don't care. All aspects of these come together in a cohesive unity. And that is God. All of it, everything. That's why I always go to the wall, say the wall is God, Helen is God, the flame is God. All of it is God. Everything is God. And we become more attuned to expressing as God based on our level of conscious awareness. And this is done through intention. The difference is only in awareness. So what we learn from this idea, is that intention and desire can be and are the catalyst for shift in our lives. None of us, not a single one of us, is separate from the universe. The universe is infinite consciousness. The human, you and me, we define this infinite consciousness through our intention and desire. And through our definition of this consciousness, we bring into manifestation that which we require in our lives. Are you open to answering that call? Are you open to it? One of the ways that it has expressed itself in my life recently was in answering the call a year ago that came through me. Nobody asked me to do this, but I came to the board of trustees of this center and I said, it is my intention to host the 2015 Canadian New Thought Conference here in Toronto. And these conferences have unfolded in specific ways in the past, and it is through intention and desire that it is expanding into something different through us, through each and every one of us, because each and every one of us is in support of this idea on some level, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. We are all of us in support of this idea, otherwise it would not be unfolding the way it's unfolding. And the way it's unfolding is magnificently. I just came back from Edmonton, 2 weeks ago, where they were having the 7th annual Canadian New Thought Conference, and it was lovely. There were some lovely speakers there, and it was, for my taste, on the small side. There were about 100 of us, registered participants. We're looking to up that, as Helen said, 9 or 10-fold. We want 1,000 people. I want 1,000 people, because it is time for Eastern Canada to be awakened to its spiritual magnificence, and this is one of the modes through which that can happen. Notice I didn't say this is the way. This is a way. And I am very clear that this is the way that works for me. But in answering the call, what originally started off with Helen and I sitting in a room saying, well, maybe we could get, 400. We could get maybe 400. Wouldn't it be fun? Oh, this is a wild idea. Wouldn't it be fun if we could get Michael Beckwith to come and speak? What a wild idea. Like, that's never going to happen, right? That's never going to happen until you make the call, and he responds saying he is very interested in being here, and now it is just a matter of us signing the contract and sending him a down payment. That's it. That's the only thing that we are waiting for. That's it. And so, what went from a limited concept that Helen and I had, but stepping back and saying, I am open to the infinite possibility of this universe unfolding exactly as it needs to, has transformed itself into something much greater. Part of the reason that we're having trouble with a venue is because we were thinking too small. And now we're having to back up and go, wait a second, we need a larger venue. And so we've been looking at Kerner Hall, and we've been looking at Roy Thompson Hall, and we've been looking at Massey Hall, and we've been looking at these larger venues because you know what? We're going to need it. None of this would have happened without our attention and intention impressing upon a law of cause and effect that simply corresponds to our conscious awareness of it. It says yes. It doesn't know anything but. And each and every one of us can do this in our lives. And in fact, each and every one of us should be doing this in our lives. Each and every one of us should be living lives that are extraordinary. And if you are not, get on the bandwagon with me, please. Are you ready to live an extraordinary life? Yeah. Is there anybody here who is not, you don't have to answer this. Is there anybody here who is not already living an extraordinary life? Because to that degree that you think you are not, you are not. Attention, intention, no tension. That's been the experience with this conference too, because it is all unfolding so easily. It really is. And I'm pretty sure the only reason we have not nailed down a venue yet is because the perfect venue has not presented itself for the highest vision of this conference. But I have no doubt that that venue is about ready to present itself. And I trust and know that it is done. Attention and intention are two of the 5 building blocks of mental muscle. Mental muscle, that 16-week program, we're going into week 15 tomorrow, which is a brilliant program that was developed by my mentor, James Mellon. Of utmost importance are the intention and attention. The other building blocks are communication, meditation, and accountability. But at the core, at the fundamental core of mental muscle is intention and attention. Every single week we set an intention. This past week the intention has been feelings, yes, to be aware of your feelings. One of the great things about feeling is that our feelings are not running us. We are running our feelings. We're the ones in control, and yet sometimes it feels like our feelings can run over us and we have no control over them. But one of the things that I encourage every single person in mental muscle to do, and I'm going to encourage all of you to do this as well, is when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself this very simple question: how am I feeling? And if you have an answer in that moment that is coming through you that is not in support of your greatest experience of life, decide to feel something else and just see that that works for you. All of us, get to make the decision about how we feel. If we are feeling unhappy, that is a decision. And for me, my understanding of happiness is that happiness is our natural state of being, because that's the way lots of vibrant energy is always unfolding for us. Happiness is just who we are. We can't help but be happy. The only time we ever experience unhappiness is when we decide to allow ourselves to be stuck in the muck. Happiness is not a decision. A lot of people say happiness is a decision. Happiness is not a decision. Unhappiness is a decision. So stop trying to be happy and allow yourself to be who you are, which is inherently happy. So these two building blocks of mental muscle, intention. So we focus our intention on an idea, on one thing every week. And some weeks it feels heavier than others. I'll tell you when we get into listen and resolve week, and we have to be very conscious of our listening and resolving everything in the moment, which I also refer to as no procrastination week. That was a hard one when I first experienced it. Now I'm not really much of a, well, I mean, I still have my moments of procrastination, but I get back on track when I get to listen and resolve week. Anyway, that's the intention. Now, attention is what you are doing in every moment throughout the week. I set the intention on a Monday. What you are doing throughout the rest of the week is paying attention. And paying attention is power. Because as you pay attention and you truly recognize and get in touch with what's going on in your life, you, in that moment, get to change your mind, you get to make a decision, and your life unfolds perfectly according to your intention. So that's when she talks, when Cheryl was talking about Deepak Chopra mentioning that intention is about the future, attention is about the present. Ultimately, you set your intention, but pay attention now, so that your intention unfolds the way you require it in your life. Attention energizes. It is active and forward-moving. In this moment, as we pay attention, intention transforms. Intention transforms. It is the energy behind the doing. A lot of people think of intention. I have an intention, that this is the way it's explained in mental muscle. A lot of people misunderstand intention, thinking I have an intention of going to the movies. And God bless Dr. David J. Walker, who is a brilliant minister within this philosophy, who has made his transition and is on to his next experience. This was his way of understanding intention. To say, I am going to the movies, is a lovely idea. But unless you actually get up, go get in the car, or to TTC, which is how I would get there, and get yourself to the theater, buy the ticket, buy the popcorn, sit down and watch the movie, you never actually had the intention of doing it. It was just a nice idea. Intention requires action. And if you are not in intention, go deeper. This is what we mean when we say within this philosophy, treat and move your feet. Because intention should lead to the motivation of life unfolding in a forward-moving way. Can't not move forward. That was just a weird way of phrasing it, wasn't it? I'm on fire today. Intention means that action occurs. This is about active participation in life. Life is not merely passing you by, although for a lot of people that may be their experience of it. You are the one in charge. Chopra writes, intention organizes its own fulfillment. In your treatment work, in your prayer work, if you are not impelled through the use of prayer to take action in your life, pray again. Pray again until you have embodied the deeper idea and the deeper conscious awareness of what it is you require in your life so that it does motivate you into action. That is what treat and move your feet is all about. Because what I would say is absolutely the way you don't want to go is, I'm going to do the treatment now. I treat for a life well lived, and now I'm going to go do everything that looks like a life well lived. But if I don't have the conscious awareness of a life well lived, all of that's going to fall apart eventually, and I'll probably still end up being unhappy. Intention organizes its own fulfillment. Intention is the power behind desire. free, get this, free of the attachment to outcome. When we free ourselves from the attachment to outcome, which is an attachment to some idea, some limited idea in the world of circumstances, then we open ourselves up to the infinite potentiality of the universe flowing through us, which is going back to the first law, the law of infinite potentiality. That's also what we call, within this philosophy, faith. Step out of the way you think it should be. Trust and know that it's unfolding for your highest good, and it can't not. Intention. This is how he describes it in the book. You already read this. I'm going to read it again. Intention in... I've gotten ahead of myself because of my excitement. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention and desire in the field of pure potentiality have infinite organizing power. And when we introduce an intention in the fertile ground of pure potentiality, we put this infinite organizing power to work for us. Today's talk is called The Mechanic. The mechanic. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. The way that the universe corresponds to our conscious awareness and level of thinking is purely mechanical. It just is. It just unfolds. In mechanics, you put two cogs together. I'm just making this up, right? Because I know nothing about... I'm like, you put two cogs together. I need Tony down here as the aerospace engineer to explain this to me. But if the mechanics are constructed accordingly, then everything unfolds mechanically. The universe knows nothing but the perfect mechanics of its own self-fulfillment. And it is fulfilling itself through expression by means of each and every one of us, by means of all creation, including the wall. That's why I like this idea that we can look at the law as the mechanic of our lives. And all we need to do is put the gasoline, the intention, into the law to allow that automobile to be driven. Where love is the intention, the law, being the mechanic, becomes necessary to love's fulfillment and form. And in its simplicity, the pure simplicity of this entire philosophy, we needn't do anything. All we need to do is proclaim. All we need to do is proclaim, free of constricting evaluation. Proclaim your requirement free of constricting evaluation, which another way of expressing that is, let the judgment go. Let go of judgment. When we allow judgment, we're constricting the flow. And we experience the flow in a constricted way that is perfectly mechanically unfolding to the level of our understanding of it. When we allow the judgment to constrict, when we allow judgment, we constrict the flow. We experience this flow in a constricted way. This leads to constriction and turbulence in form. And we can also call this stress, which oftentimes leads to dis-ease. What do you want in your life? You want that? One of the things this week, week 15 of mental muscle, I'm giving everybody who's in mental muscle the heads up. This is the week. This is the week where we step into the practice of non-judgment in everything. Sometimes I wish we had an audience mic so that the people online could hear that one lone laugh from the very back of the room. Yes, this is no judgment week, Carmen. Really, you quit? After 15 weeks, you quit? It's up to you. It's up to each and every one of us to step away from the judgment. Ernest Holmes writes, "The law of mind is man's access to the original creative genius of the universe and has no intention for us other than the intention we give it." There is no kismet, there is no fate, there is no predestiny. Everything that unfolds is in exact accordance with a mechanical law that is responding to what you have put into it. So, to apply the law of intention and desire, this is what Chopra invites us to do. First, slip into the gap. That's what he calls it, slip into the gap. And I'm going to invite you all to do this week. Make a list of intentions and carry it with you. Look at it before meditation, and look at it before you sleep at night, and look at it first thing upon waking in the morning. Just allow yourself to be aware of these intentions and desires. Release these desires and intentions to the action of creation, which means as you experience, as you see these intentions and desires, understand that there is a mechanical law backing your requirement of it that is going to bring these things into your experience, and let go of any attachment to the outcome. Release these desires and intentions to the action of creation. That's the treat and move your feet part. Practice in the moment awareness in all action. Be consciously aware of everything in the moment. Do not allow distractions, remembering that you are in charge. You are in charge. So be that broadcast tower of love, because that's the core of all creation. Your intention is assured as long as you understand who you are. You are a beacon of change. You are a broadcast station of love. That's it. Live your life with kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions. Namaste. I'm going to invite you all to take what it is you have to offer the center today in terms of a financial contribution, your tithe, your investment, whatever you choose to call it. Know that it is a gift given in love and from love, and assists this center in expressing itself in more magnificent ways all the time. I'm going to invite anyone who's participating online to participate in the act of giving as well by clicking that donate link right below the screen. And know the truth about what it is you hold in your hand in terms of finances. Money is God in action. And this is a temporary stop in a greater circulation. And when we understand and allow the circulation to flow easily and effortlessly, we all experience it in more abundant ways, for it can do nothing but expand as our awareness expands. So let that be the gift today in your understanding. And as the baskets go around today, we're going to sing The Point of Power, which is on page 27 of your songbooks if you'd like to follow along.
2, 3, 4. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. In this moment I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. I feel joy. And the point of power is in this moment now.
going to invite Cheryl to do a blessing over the offering.
And in this moment, I know that God is all there is. And the words from Deepak, I am that, we are all that. All this is that. These beautiful gifts of love, of energy, are intentions for a magnificent, abundant center. That is all there is. And with a grateful heart, grateful for knowing and receiving these gifts of love, the love in this room, the energy and love that are in these baskets, I release these words to the law, knowing that it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
I want to thank Judy and Helen, our board members on duty today, for your service. Thank you so much. Today, setting up, I want to thank Lori and Christine. And our board members were also our greeters this morning, so thank you for greeting people as they came in today. I want to thank Margaret Ann, who is in the bookstore today. I want to thank Carmen in the sound booth. I want to thank Tony on our webcast, and I want to thank Mahala with the Dynamic Kids. I want to thank Cheryl for your brilliant conscious awareness and what you bring to this center, not just today, but every day. So thank you for your service today. I want to say hello to anybody who is visiting for the first time. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to point people out, so I'm not going to make you stand up or raise your hand or anything. But if you are a new face, or if anyone here sees a new face, please say hello, because this is about community. I want this to be a place where people feel welcome. So please say hello to somebody new today that you maybe haven't spoken to before. And we can do that after during fellowship after the service. I especially want to thank our musical guests today for your brilliance, what you bring to your lives, and what you have brought to this center, which is a true gift, and I'm so grateful to you. So thank you, Andrea Menard, Robert Walsh. Would you like to hear another song? Please welcome Andrea Menard, Robert Walsh. Oh, wait, you have a concert tomorrow. Yes, there are flyers for her concert. If you want to hear more, pick up a flyer and you can go see her in concert. There you go.
Thank you.
Done. And you can also pick her up and take her home
I'm
in the form of a
available.
CD. Just to be clear. She does have CDs for sale out in the lobby during fellowship. So
Thank you, John.
thank you.
Here is a song about the simplicity of life, as you said, and just breathing. It was a beautiful, beautiful talk today, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Got us all in the mood. Passing the time, nothing on my mind, keeping it lazy, just letting the sun shine, creaming my coffee, birds in the tree, breathing easy. Lying around in the peace that I found, head in the clouds, my feet on the ground. Happy go lightly, I drift happily, breathing easy. Freedom to do nothing at all, feeling the day wash over me. Freedom to be breathing easy. I love to play at nothing all day. I won't speak till I got something to say. The words here with me sing quietly. I'm breathing easy. Freedom to do nothing at all. Feeling the day wash over me. Freedom to be no one at all. I'm breathing easy.
And so I invite us all to step into that place of breathing easy, that free and easy feeling of life unfolding by means of each and every one of us. For there is only one life. That life is God's life, and that life is perfect. That life is the life of every single person right here and right now, unfolding unabashedly in loving energy. For that is the only energy, love. That's it. And so I give over to this loving energy and know that it transforms my experience, and I invite it to transform the experience of every single person with whom I come into contact, whether it be online or in the room or walking down the street. I invite this transformational energy to allow us to live lives that are the extraordinary expression of who we inherently are. I know this to be the truth, and I know that my intention set into this mechanical law simply unfolds in terms of creation, and so I simply step back and allow it to do so. I am grateful for this understanding, and I am grateful for the brilliance of the wisdom of the teachers that have aligned themselves to come through all of creation, to allow this moment, this exact perfect moment, to express itself exactly as it needs to for the highest good of every single one of us. It is in gratitude that I simply release this word to that immutable law, knowing it is complete, it is done, it is so. And knowing it to be so, I invite us all to say together, and so it is.
Freedom to do nothing at all. Feeling the day wash over me. Freedom to be no one at all. I'm breathing easy. I'm breathing easy.
Andrea Menard, Robert Walsh, the Queen Street Band, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to close the service today with the song on page 15, but you know what, letting everyone know about your concert reminded me of something. I have a concert next week on Saturday with Forte, which is the men's choir of Toronto. So tickets, you can actually grab a ticket for that if you'd like. They're on sale in the bookstore. And it's part of the World Pride celebration, so I invite you to participate. So let's close off with God Makes Me Want to Sing on page 15 of your songbooks. Have a great, great week, everyone. Wait, am I punting a little bit more? I'm punting a little bit more while the band gets ready. I've run out of things to say, and that's a first. No, Marge can fill you in later. You good?
Yep.
All right,
Good.
God Makes Me Want to Sing.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good. I could do most anything. Yeah, yeah. So I am loving, every living thing.
Every living thing.
I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. Well, we're all precious, no less or more. We've all got the same treasure. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Yeah. So I'm believing, oh, in my guiding light. Well, no matter what comes, it always turns out right. I'll just dig right down to how I feel, then I'll take a deep breath and I grab the wheel. So I'm believing, oh, in my guiding light. Hey! I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Oh, I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Yeah. So I'm rising to a higher place. With the wind at my back and a smile upon my face. Well, I'm living my dream a little more each day, and it keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm believing, rising to a higher place. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. Oh, I can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. It makes me feel so